bottom line is we got the W, and it's better to be 2-0 than anything else. And you got to give Samford total credit. They played great from top to bottom. They played great, so you got to give them total credit. I was disappointed in our lack of everything. I thought we played slow. Thought we were really slow. I thought we were slow in all areas. Thought we were slow offensively and defensively, and that is something. And that's a credit to Samford. So I'm not taking anything away from Samford, but I just thought we were really slow. Our pace wasn't good, and it doesn't matter if a team plays zone or not. We are not going to be a methodical team. We are best when we are in the flow, in the pace, and have great energy, as I like to say. And we didn't have that tonight. And so we got to be better. We'll look at the tape and get ready to play VCU on Thursday. Long season. I can promise you we haven't peaked. I can promise you we're not going to the game on Thursday being cocky or anything. I can assure you that. This will give us a good opportunity to teach. And, you know, we just got to be better. We got to be better than what we played tonight. But you got to give Samford total credit.
They willed their way. They dictated pace.
Absolutely.
They controlled the game. Is that – okay, you said you got to give them credit. Is that because the guys took them for granted, are thinking of the Bahamas, or execution? What was it?
You know, Greg, I don't want to make any excuses. No excuses. So there is no excuse. We got to mature as a team. We've got to be better. We can't have – there is no excuse to overlooking. Maybe last year I could say it, or the year before I could say we didn't take someone for granted, but absolutely not. We've gone past that. Guys know what it means every game. I just thought our pace was slow. They dictated the tempo. They controlled the tempo. We were slow. And we are not a team that needs to play slow with our speed and athleticism, and we were slow tonight. And, you know, our guard play's got to be better in the quickness of we've got to – I don't want to come down and run set plays. I want to get into the flow and pace, and that's just something that we've got to – we work on it every day. I mean, Jason's been at our practices. I mean, we've done it every single day. It's a point of emphasis, but it didn't carry over in tonight's game. It did a good job in North Florida on Monday, but it was the same way against Christian Brothers. We played slow. And then in our private scrimmage, we had great pace. Christian Brothers, they dictated the tempo. North Florida, we dictated the tempo. Tonight, Samford dictated the tempo. And that's we have got to play with great pace, and we didn't tonight.
It must have wear you out at this point with a veteran teenager.
Well, I mean, it's wear you out. I mean, it can be frustrating, but you know what? That's my team, and so I'm going to that's part of coaching. I mean, you're gonna have to deal with that. That's just part of it. That's why you coach. You've got to maybe tweak some things, find some different ways, but these are things that we've got to get better at, and it was good that we were able to see this today. And bottom line is we got the W, so we can take some things from the win, knowing that we won, but also understanding that in a mentality that we've got to be at a whole other level, especially going into Thursday's game.
You said no excuses. The players seem to have a few. I mean, they were asking about rebounds, and Adonis says, well, they're hitting tough shots. He has 0 rebounds in 39 minutes.
Adonis hit some. I mean, Adonis has hit some great shots tonight. Hit some big shots, but he's got a rebound. He can't have 0 rebounds in 39 minutes. He can't. And he knows that. So that he's got to rebound the ball. He's got to rebound the ball. He's an elite player, and he's got to go get the basketball. He's got to be a great offensive rebounder and be a great defensive rebounder. But more than that, Jason, our pace. I was disappointed in the tempo of the game. Kind of like what Greg said, is Samford controlled the tempo. We didn't push it. We let the zone slow us down, and you guys who've been at practice know that we work on it every single day, because I know teams are going to try to slow us down, but we can't come on down just because a team's set up and in a zone and pull it out and just kind of walk through it and get our. We need to go. We need to go and play off it. They play, but even if a team like they got back in transition, which teams are going to do against us to try to stop our transition. I think we had 0 fast break points. I don't know, 2, But that's where I'm saying is we can't, just because a team, if they zone or if they get back in man, and we can't come down, okay, the defense is set, well, now let's pull it out and run a play. No, we're into what we're doing. We're into the flow. I want to run set plays after made timeouts or after timeouts, made free throws, dead ball situations. That's when I like to run set plays. Otherwise, I want to play. meaning motion, our motion offense. Structure with freedom within structure.
Why do you think they're able to dictate the tempo? I mean, are they not listening to what you're telling them?
No, is because Monday we were great for the most part, and just I don't know. We just did not play well tonight. We didn't play well. There is no excuse. I mean, there's no sugarcoating anything. I mean, I don't know other way to put it than we did not play well. And you got to give Samford credit, and we did not play well. Bottom line, it's pretty simple.
With the energy level the way it was, I know you want to keep the rotation tight. Did you think about going to some other guys?
I possibly, but you're just going to go with the guys who I felt, kind of go make sure you get the win. Yeah, how many turnovers did we end up? I didn't want to look at 6. Yeah, well, but I'm glad we only had 9 turnovers the first game versus North Florida, 6 this game. So, and again, guys who've been in practice know we spent a lot of time on catching the ball with 2 hands, and maybe we need to do more defensive stuff. I don't know. I got we'll look at it, but besides that, on the turnovers, I do agree we did a good job of taking care of the ball. The biggest thing with us is the pace. We can't allow teams, because if they're back in the defensive transition or if they're back in a zone, we can't let that control our tempo. We have got to go into the flow, and that's on the guards. That's the guard's responsibility not to pull it out. That's the guard's responsibility to get into what we're getting into.
Let me ask you this, because when the game was on the line down the stretch, you forced the tempo, you forced them into turning it over a couple of times. There were plays in the first half, I remember 2 distinctive plays when you're screaming at DJ after a made bucket.
And I told in the first half,
right.
And I got on him at halftime on DJ. I said, "You had a nice dunk, and then you're celebrating and like looking, happy that you had a dunk." I'm like, "What are you? Come on, man, you're a senior."
Is that when you wanted the pressure?
Yes, to get it up. But again, I will say this: we are not going to be a team that's going to be wild pressing. We're not that type of team either. I want to be very clear about that. So anyone out there that wants to say you should have blah blah blah, stop. I give you the hand sign. I don't want to hear it. So because you can, when anyone that complains about that, you want to coach your own team, you can coach your own team, and then you can press all you want. We're not going to be a team that's going to press 24/7, 365. We're going to play man to man, because we're not a type of team to be doing that. And what happens is a team like Samford, if you get out of whack, and then they're going to give up some open threes. You got to be committed to pressing full game if you're going to be committed to that. I'm committed to running up-tempo offense, and we practice that every single day, and that's what I'm disappointed in. Is our tempo was poor, more than it was more, and the tempo offensively allows us to get going defensively, the energy. So. Yeah, if we play, probably, Jamie, hard to say. Anytime you can get a win, I'm not going to complain about the win. I don't care who you play, we got the win. So it's better to be 2-0. But I felt we should have been. I felt our pace was not good, and again, we're going to see teams play like this where they get everyone back, or they get back in a zone, one or the other. But we're a veteran team. We've got to get past that. We can't let that slow us down. That doesn't mean that we're not going to win ugly at times or play an ugly game. That's going to happen. We're not going to make some shots and some different things like that. But what we've got to do is, even in ugly games or pace where they're trying to control the tempo, we've still got to find a way to dictate tempo, which gets our energy through our defense as well too. I just barely glanced at it. I haven't studied. I'll study it tonight, and I'll study the film. But I knew we were -1 on the rebounds. Come on, I don't know. We've done rebounding every day since whatever our first day of team practice. We've done a rebounding drill every day, and I will say Monday we were great on the glass. But Shaq, and he's a freshman. I don't want to hear it. He wasn't good tonight. He was out of it. And I was disappointed in Shaq. I was disappointed in a lot of guys. Yeah, I'm just saying, but I'm counting on guys like Tark and Shaq. They got to be at a high level. Let me just say a couple things, the positives. I thought Farrakhan Hall gave us some good energy to start both the first half and the second half. I thought he was lively. He made a couple shots. He gave us some good. He played his butt off. I thought Antonio Barton hit some big shots when we were struggling. He saved us. He saved us. Let's just call it like it is. He saved us. I mean, how many times through his 3 years here has he won his games basically? And DJ Steffens came in and kept some things alive. So if anyone should get game balls, no one should get game balls, but if any three people should have any accolades, it should be those three. Well, we did that just for matchup purposes. And Adonis, I mean, Adonis is an elite guy. I mean, and you know, he hit some big time shots, like high level shots, but he's got to be more aggressive. I want him to be more aggressive. I want him to attack. I don't want him to settle. I want him to get to the paint. He needs to be shooting 8, 9, 10 free throws a game. He can be a big time guy.
Since the tempo things are a recurring issue, do you think you have to think about changing things up a little bit in practice?
I did change it up after the Christian Brothers game to try to get more hectic pace in practice. But tonight, you know, I mean, and we practice well. I mean, we've gone 8 straight days, and just we were not good tonight. And that's just the facts of it. No other ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Your trap defense, though, in the first half on the perimeter was great, but then they'd slip a guy in the paint.
Our weak side defense wasn't good.
Right.
We were a step slow on where we need to be. Just Samford played well. They deserve tons of credit. We didn't play well. No, I mean, there's no other, you know, pretty simple.